This is the first time that I personally tried to film myself play around on YouTube. It did not go so great, but I wanted to document it and show it to you guys because it is part of the journey. There was a lot of bad swings, mental battles, but despite all of that, I remained positive, and that's what I'm super proud of. To give you some context, this round was actually filmed in May, but I was just super busy training for a half marathon and also trying to fit some golf in that I did not have time to initially upload it. But I wanted to show it to you guys because there are some important lessons learned. And also Furry Creek is one of BC's most scenic courses, so had to showcase that for you guys. And guys, if you're new here, my name is Chonger. I'm an average golfer with the goal of trying to get to scratch. Follow along as I document my journey along the way, showcasing weekly lessons, different gears and gadgets, and hopefully to film some more on-course footage. So if that sounds of interest to you, then hit the subscribe button. Okay, so let's talk about the first reason why my round didn't go so great. And it was actually before the round even started. So the night before, I went to the driving range and I was hitting it very well. And I happened to be working on a new movement. Now, the only thing is this wasn't repeatable. So the next day, before the round, I was warming up and I was not hitting the ball that great. I wasn't making the best of contact. And I was wondering, do I keep trying this new movement or do I go back to my old swing? And that indecisiveness and not really knowing how to diagnose my swing in the moment just, I think, led to some problems going into the game. And so the debate was, do I try to fix this contact issue with some of the movements that I was feeling yesterday because at the range I was hitting the ball great, this new movement was working out, or do I try to go back to what my old feel was and try to get back to that point? And so when I was on the course and after that first bad shot occurred, I was just very indecisive, flip-flopping back and forth, trying to think of what to do to try to fix my swing. And that's never good on the course. You should never be overthinking your swing. You should be focused more on playing the game itself. And yeah, while my swing is not perfect by any means, when I'm playing normally, my irons don't usually get me into trouble. I'm able to hit some pretty decent shots, but today I was just hitting everything bad imaginable, all different kinds of problems. I was thinning it, chunking it, shanking it. What other problems are there? Anything could go wrong, I was doing it that day. And the worst thing was, after every bad shot, I just started to overthink things worse and try to diagnose my swing. And it was just like a downward spiral. This round of golf also took place after my lessons with Tim, where we were working on short game pitch shots. And this was just a totally different way that I was hitting it, because before I'd use the bounce, but then now after that I was using more of Joe Mayo style, which in the long run I think is great. And I can say right now, current day Graham in July, this method works very well for me. But back then, after that lesson, it was still in its growing pains and I was still trying to learn a new movement that when I took it out on the course, it just wasn't the best at that time. And since I was also struggling with my irons, it was hard for me to commit to those wedge shots where you need to have that commitment. And as a result, because I wasn't fully committing and getting on my front side, I ended up shanking my shots. And then yeah, that whole spiral just made things worse. Another reason why I was struggling was I was just feeling overwhelmed. I was already not hitting the ball great, but then I had to think about positioning the camera, making sure I was in frame, and I was in the mindset of like a content creator and just kind of took my mind off of golf for a few seconds. Wait, what's the distance? 108? I have to get over this bunker, I don't think. Actually, I don't think a 50 will do it, but whatever, we'll try. We'll try. That I was going up and just brought the wrong club, and then I was kind of a bit too lazy to go back, and even though it would have only taken 15-30 seconds, which now I know, just take a deep breath and don't feel too rushed, but in that moment, just feeling, a little stressed, overwhelmed. And also too, it was backed up that day. There was always just someone behind us, and that just gave some more pressure to have the camera going. And I obviously didn't want to be slow. Despite all of my difficulties in the round, I remained to stay positive, and I believed that I could turn it around. I'm just thinking, look at my scorecard. Like, I did this last time at Mayfair Links, but I just parred a bunch and I still got 93, even after having a couple blow-ups. So the way I look at it, I can still save this round.
Exactly, dude.
I have the belief in myself that I could shoot some good scores and I could string together some pars. Actually, the round that I played a week before, I think I was like 6 over in the front 9, but that was because I shot a double bogey and a quad. I parred out the rest of the 9. So, you know, I am capable of stringing along those pars. So that's why when I was on the next tee box, I was just thinking to myself, this is where the par train can start. And even when we were approaching the end of the round and I haven't turned it around and I knew that I couldn't save a good score, I still remained positive, and I thought to myself that every shot I can still learn something from. I was working on a new feel at the range yesterday. Clearing my hips. Perfect. And this positive mindset, I think, just came from me running some long distance running. You know, when you're running like 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers, and you kind of get up there and you want to give up, and you just have a few more kilometers left, even though you do want to just stop, you just have to push yourself for those last few kilometers. And that's similar to playing golf. You know, if you're having a bad round, you got to grind through it. Just tell yourself that you can make it to the end. And so I think that running is great for the mental game. And I think it's really translated positively for me when I've been golfing. And because of my positive attitude, I was able to hit some good shots. Come on. There we go. Finally a good strike. All right, middle of the green. So while my score did not turn out that great, I did learn a lot from this round, and I hope that you guys learned something as well too watching. The road to scratch is a journey of up and downs, but I do think I'm trending in the right direction, and I'm confident that I am getting better. This year in particular, I've spent a lot more time in lessons and practicing on the range. Now I just need to play some more rounds and get some more experience battling those mental hurdles and just how I can get more competitive in the game. Anyways, if you've enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.